Hey everyone, my name's Ishan. I'm a year 12 student currently in sixth form doing not bio anymore, Latin, French and English A-levels. Hopefully going to uni. I don't really know, to be honest. My life is pretty much a mess at the moment in terms of what I'm going to be doing. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the British education system, or just generally the education system, and my views on it, whether I think it's good, bad, okay, what needs improving, private schools, state schools, grammar schools, all of that sort of mushed into this video, and basically my views on the whole education system as a whole. Also, I apologize for the background. It's literally a mess. I don't know where my studio lights are. Like my whole wall is got writing on it with my future plans, things like that. But let's get into this video. Before I start, I just wanted to say that I'm going to timestamp a couple of things just so this video is easily navigable for you, just so it sort of improves your viewing experience. But let's go. So let me give you a bit of background about myself. So I'm a year 12 student. I'm doing Latin, French and English A-levels. I don't know why I chose them. They're basically just the ones that I enjoy doing, because I'm not going to be doing A-levels that I hate for a career that I want just because I don't enjoy them. I'd much rather do something that I like. A-levels, I don't want to spend 2 years not doing something and not doing something that I enjoy, just because I want this 2 years to go like a breeze for me. So I grew up Northwest London. I went to a prep school from reception to year 8, and then from year 8 I did these things called 13 plus or common entrance. Actually, before that I did the 11 plus, but I wasn't smart enough to get into a good grammar school. I didn't get into any grammar schools, so I stayed in my prep school until year 8. Then we did these things called 13 plus, which are these common entrance exams. We have to do an exam in bio, physics, chem, Latin, history, geography, RS, French, so on, even more. And to be honest, I found those exams harder than GCSEs. Like, the content I had to learn in year 8 was like, what the hell? I literally had to know about circle theorems in year 8. I had to know about trigonometry in year 8. I had to know about the retardation factor in year 8. What else did I need to know? Ultrafiltration, things like that. It was really hard. I wasn't too smart when I was in year 8. I was in bottom set everything. Bearing in mind, I did go to a prep school. Pretty much everybody was smart, apart from me. I was literally in bottom set for everything. I used to get 40% in maths, barely even 50% in English, 60% in sciences. The only subjects I was good at were Latin and French. I normally got around 80% or 90%. After that, I went to high school or secondary school. So that was for me in year 9 to year 11. So that's basically our GCSE years. I started my GCSE content in year 9, did my exams in year 11. That school was, again, a private school. I'll make a whole other video about private school and things like that. And then after year 11, I moved to another school, which is like a really, really good school in the UK. And I only moved there just because I wanted to do English language, and my old school didn't offer English language A-level, whereas the school I'm at currently does offer it, and that was sort of the driving factor that did make me want to move. So that's a bit of history about me. Again, I'll make a video about my experiences at private school in another stage, just because this is more about just the education system as a whole. I do understand that I am in a very, very privileged position to go to a private school all my life, but again, there are so many strengths about them and just so many weaknesses about going to private school. Again, I'll do that in another video, but I just wanted to say before I start this video, again, I just wanted to say that I am very privileged to be in this position, and I'm going to just sort of give you my views in my person, like in my sort of persona. So basically just be in my boots for a second, and this video is just that. So, my views personally about the education system. I think it's a bit corrupt, first of all. Yes, I understand maths, English, maybe the sciences are really, really important. Key stage 3 level, key stage 4 pushing it. Obviously up until year 8, year 9, learn the basics about science, learn the basics about English, maths, all of that. Now, again, year 10, year 11, I feel like this is the point when you're learning so many subjects, like 11 subjects, and I'm like, that is a lot of subjects. Why should I have to learn about geography? Why should I have to learn about minerals and salts in the ocean when I know for a fact I'm never going to do that ever again in the future? It really did feel like a waste of time learning about all of these things that were in the specification that had no use to my life, like these random rocks, cumulonimbus clouds, like when would this ever be used for me? Like, I get it if you want to be a geographer, or a meteorologist when you're older. I get it if you do want to study geography, go for it. And I believe that there should be options for you to take up courses for depending on what career path you want to go into. But just forcing somebody to learn all of these subjects, 11 subjects I had to do, was just a bit crazy, and I disagree with that. I also disagree with the complete timetables in schools. It's like you're run by bells. It gives you no understanding of the real world. Like, you're not governed by bells anymore. That was literally back in the industrial ages. So like, it's really, really outdated. And then the freedom, it's like in lessons, you're given no freedom. It's like, why do we have these lessons to teach us about history? And it's like we're given no freedom. A-level, it's a bit different, but GCSE, it's like you're just not given any freedom. Again, depending on your school. My school, basically, we were like, it was just a strict school, literally like that. But that's my views on sort of the education system generally, and then I'll go into like more specific niche areas of the education system. Now, before you are like, you revise so much, you do all of this work, you've been revising since like year 10, you've been blurting every single day on TikTok, you've been doing this, you've got all of these videos on YouTube saying you revise for 8 hours, doing a whole study with me day, whatever. Yeah, I do that, but I do that for a completely different reason. Again, I'm talking about the education system generally at the moment, and then I'll go on to that in a second. So my view is that the education system is corrupt, it needs to be changed, and I hate the way that exams determine your future. That is not how we should be deciding the future of young people. I had it lucky in GCSEs, I had teacher assessed grades. I think they were probably really, really fair just because we used so much evidence to create the grade, and it wasn't down to one piece of exam evidence right at the end of the year. And like, it really is unfair because you might know all of the content, like Latin. Let me give you an example. I know for GCSE, I knew all of the content, 100%. I could easily get 98% for Latin. But if I just had a bad day on that exam, it would ruin me. It would literally ruin me. And that's what I don't like about exams. They're just not fair, and they aren't a fair way of measuring intelligence or measuring how well you know the subject inside out. And it's just, if you were not feeling great on that day, it would negatively impact your grade, and I hate that, and that should not be a thing because it just puts so much pressure on the students. I would much rather there be an education system where it's mainly coursework. The teacher gives you your grade at the end when you put the work in from the beginning, middle and end. Yes, you will start off bad, but it's more about the progress and the improvement you make. It's like, sure, if you do bad and continue doing bad, again, it's not your fault, but still, it will show the teacher like where you're currently at. Now, you're probably saying like, I peak at the end. I understand that, and that's why I feel like study leave is important. Exams are important, but they should not be the final determiner of your exam result. I don't know if you understand me, hopefully you sort of do, but those are sort of my views on exams and the current education system. Now let's just move on to work ethic and why I work really, really hard and why I actually revise when I have all of these views. Now, I'm doing A-levels right now, and I don't like the mentality of thinking they are A-levels and I'm going to get a grade at the end of year 13 after doing an exam. I hate that mentality. I think of A-levels as if I'm doing a course. I've basically just gone on a course to learn about French, to learn about Latin, and to learn about English. Not to get the grade, but just to generally learn and just do the work and sit through year 12, sit through year 13. It's not about the end grade that you get. For me, what it's about is the work ethic you put in. And I think that the work ethic is a lot more important than the grade you get. You might get 3Ds, fine, but it's about the work ethic you put in to actually do your work. And I really believe that if you do have a good work ethic, you will do well at the end. There's no doubt about it. And yes, procrastination is the worst thing you might face as a student. But again, once you get into a regular routine, you can overcome procrastination. So why do I work so hard, even though I completely disagree with the whole education system? It's just because I feel like if you have a good work ethic from when you are in year 9, you will continue to have a good work ethic in the future, which can help your career, which can help you start up something for yourself. And I do not want to lose that work ethic. And that is why I revise, not to learn the content, not to do well in the exams, not to sort of revise, just learn all of the content, be a smart person, because I am not. It takes me ages to learn content. It is hard for me, but I just want that work ethic for the future. Another reason why I sort of work hard is because you have to be in full-time education until you're 18, GCSEs until you're 16, and then either A-levels, BTEC, college, things like that until you're 18. And I'd rather try my best at what I'm doing currently rather than just sit back, relax, and cruise my way through and then have a stressful time at the end. I'd much rather put the work in at the beginning, middle, and the end and spread it out evenly rather than lay back for the first 2 years and literally stress out for the last 3 weeks of exam season. And that again, for me, it's just really, really stressful if that happens to me. So just summing that up, I do not care about the grades. Like, yes, I love academic validation. If I see an A star on my exam, I will love it. If I see a B on the exam, I will also love. Oh, I will hate it. It's like if I see a B on my Latin paper, I would cry because Latin is my favorite subject. And if I see anything below an A or an A star, I would literally cry because it is my favorite subject. And I've grown up in a school that teaches me that grades are everything. Grades are my life. Grades will determine what I do. And that's one thing I hate about prep school, private schools. Grades are everything. Your whole life is a competition at school. Who's number 1? Who's number 4? Who's number 5? Like, I remember in year 8, I was ranked in my whole year group, and I was like 27th out of 35. My ranking was 27 out of 35. In year 11, I came to 2nd or 3rd out of 150, 200. I'm telling you, it's literally a competition, and I can't put it in any other words. It is just a big competition. And that's why if I look at a paper and I get below an A, it would be like the end of the world for me. Again, for other people, it would be amazing if they got a B. You'd probably be over the moon. But it's just the way that I've been taught, and it's just the way that I've grown up in that education system, specifically the private education system, where it's so competitive. It really does push you down, which is annoying and something I completely disagree with. I'm going to talk about the next section a bit briefly. Private state grammar schools. Private schools are also known as public schools. So they're the independent sector. They do things completely different from the state sector. I have no experience of the state sector, so I can't really highlight the differences. Like, I'm going to sort of narrate my story at you. So I've been in private from reception to year 13. Exams started for me in year 3. We have had end of year exams since year 3. I can still remember in year 3, I was so stressed for my maths exam, my English exam, my science exams. Like year 3, I was literally how old? 8 years old, and we still had exams. So it is a bit, what the hell? But from year 3, I had end of years, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10, year 11. We've had end of year exams ever since. And this is where that sort of, oh my God, I've done so bad, I've got a B. I feel like that mentality comes in, and it roots from that system where we've just been having exams ever since like year 3. It is crazy. Other things I can think of that I hate about the private sector is that the freedom, we're literally not given any freedom. Like, my school's really strict. We're not allowed out, whereas most sixth forms you can wear, like, we have to wear suits. It's really annoying. We're not allowed out. We have to stay in school during free periods. We have to go home at 4 o'clock. 4 p.m. every single day is when school finished. In my secondary school, it finished at 4:30. Lessons finished at 4:30 and started at 8:45. It's intense. The good thing is the summer holiday. I'm going to say there are a lot of positive aspects about private school and a lot of negative aspects. Again, a whole other video on this soon, later. But positives, I'd say, is the summer holiday. We do start summer really, really early, right from the 1st of July to maybe the 10th, 11th of September. But yeah, again, this section for another video. And finally, I'm going to just talk about uni and post-uni. A lot of schools are just pushing university as the only option. Finally, my school is, despite being in private school, it is pushing degree apprenticeships and other alternatives. And I really do like that about my school now, because university is not the only path you can do. For me, I wanted to do law. Again, even with law, you don't even have to go to university. You can do a degree apprenticeship. Medicine, completely different thing. Completely understand why you want to do medicine, completely understand why you have to go to uni for that. But other things, if you have no idea what you want to do, then sure, do a degree that you like, but university might not be for you. And for me, again, I haven't gone to uni yet, but this is sort of my thought process. The thing is, I don't know what to do at university. If I was going to do something, I'd rather do something, again, my personal view, that would help me in the future. Maybe something like business management. That's the only thing I can really think of. Even though I love languages, even though I love Latin, I wouldn't do it at uni, just because what use would it have later along the line in my life? It just doesn't add up. Why should I spend 3 years plus 9 times 3 plus accommodation price more than 40 grand on university when I could do something at 18, start a business, do a degree apprenticeship, do something for my own self at 18 or even younger, and follow through that passion? So it's like, I don't know, it's just like a big dilemma I have, even though I haven't even gone to uni yet. I think uni for me is an obstacle rather than a pathway, just because I don't know what I would do if I went to uni, like business management. And that's why I'm applying to America. I know it's going to be hella expensive. Hopefully I can get a scholarship. But with America, you're given so much liberty and so much choice. That's why I really, really like their program of university. You can pick and choose. You can choose what to major in. Of course, I hate the country itself and its values. But the university and the education, I guess, I'm really fond of, just because of the choice and the liberty you have. But hopefully you have enjoyed this video of my views on the education system. If you do want to see any more videos related to this, I know this is a really long video, I'm so sorry, but hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you do want to see any more videos, please leave a comment down in the description. Because it is now summer, I'd like to make content tailored to what you guys want. But again, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you do understand what I was trying to say in this video. If not, please do tell me, because half the time I genuinely don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you in my next upload, which will be next week. Bye.